Hello, I'm Paul McMillan, and welcome to this virtual tour of my do-it-yourself handlebar simulator for the PS4 controller for racing the TT Isle of Man #1. My lovely wife Lori will be narrating this video and asking questions about this simulator unit. Thank you for watching, and I'll turn the narration over to my wife Lori.
Can it take a good thrashing?
It certainly can. I've turned a bunch of kids loose on it. I'm just a big kid myself. I've just slammed this thing for about a year, and it's as tough as a mountain bike.
Do you know the mileage you've put on it?
Probably several thousand miles at this point right here. And I'll show the awards here. And so take a look at these awards. And notice the Road Racer Award. Ride 1,864 miles, or 3,000 kilometers. As well, the Stanley Woods Award, win 10 races on the Snaffle Mountain course. On the Steam Leaderboards, in the fastest lap, I'm number 33 in the world with a lap time of 15:30 and a few tenths. Here's the Steam Leaderboards.
What number did you start at?
6,000 or 8,000 a couple of years ago.
What is your standing on the 6-lap tourist trophy race?
On the Steam Leaderboards, I'm 20th in the world with a race time of 97:44. And before I move on, I want to mention that's an average lap time of 16 minutes and 4 seconds for each lap, which is pretty darn fast.
So why don't you tell us how it works, starting with the handlebars?
Okay. The handlebars are bicycle bars. They're made of aluminum. They're extremely lightweight. And the steering stem is a Stoker Stem, which is from a tandem bicycle. The levers are Avid T-O.M speed dials, which have this handy little red adjuster right here for the cable pivot position. And the reach on these levers is adjustable to suit how long your fingers are. And you can set them to be snappy or a little soft on the lever pull, like on disc brakes for a bicycle. Moving on to the throttle over here, this shiny little throttle is a Domino moped throttle that can be fit nice and snug on the handlebars. I can choose from about a 1/4 of an inch of throttle turn to about a 1/2 inch. However, I prefer a 1/4 of an inch throttle turn, which is super quick for riding the TT1.
So tell me about that Stoker Stem.
Well, a Stoker Stem is for the person riding on the back of a tandem, and the length is adjustable so that you can get it set where you want to on a tandem bicycle. But in this case, I'm using it because it can be extended here. And when I say extended, it really is the joystick for this unit. And you can set it to the position to suit, i.e. how high or how low you want the bars. However, the higher the bars, the slower the steering. The lower, the quicker the steering.
So tell me about the steering tube.
The steering tube is this tube that runs right through here. It's the same thing you see on bicycles. The steering tube is the same diameter as a 1 1/8 inch bicycle steering tube, which allows me to use stock bicycle bearings, steering bearings. The steering bearings adjust just exactly like a bicycle with an Allen wrench back here. They're calling a headset version. This tube goes all the way through this unit to the PS4 controller and hooks up to the joystick for left and right turn.
Let's Let's talk about the controller. Why is it a PS4?
The PS4 controller on the TT Iron Man #1 is just simply a snap to set up in the game options or on a PlayStation or on a PC. Okay, I'm going to show you that the handlebars on this unit turn the PS4 joystick from the left and the right. Watch this, that's full left, that's full right, right there.
Now show us how the brakes work.
On the front brake, a cable goes through a bracket and pulls an actuator that turns the left trigger on the PS4 controller. Let you take a look at it here. Got a lightweight spring, lightest spring possible, a couple of durometer rubber bumpers.
Now what do the black bumpers do?
The black bumpers are elastomers that simulate the feel of the brake pressure. It's what the pedal of the car or the master cylinder. When the elastomers touch, that's when the brakes start. You adjust it to that calibration on the game.
What are the elastomers made of?
These elastomers are made of automatic transmission fluid return housing.
What prevents the brake mechanism from crushing the controller?
There is a cable stop here at this actuator and a main stop at the trigger itself to keep from crushing the trigger.
Tell us about the rear brake setup.
The rear brake is a similar setup using the same elastomers and a cable stop. The difference is a joystick on the PS4, which you can see me pointing to right here, operates the rear brake. The actuator has a bar that reaches over and pulls the PS4 joystick backwards for the rear brake on the game. There's a stop right here that prevents this from going too far and crushing the simulator controller. Before we move on, I want to explain the throttle mechanism a little bit here to give you an understanding of how you can adjust from 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch of rotation at the throttle. So when you turn the throttle, it pulls the actuator against the stop. That's wide open. When you let loose, that's an idle. If I move this piece of the actuator down further and change the pivot position of the cable, that gives it a longer throttle twist. Now, when the throttle's wide open, there's a rod that goes through to the trigger on the PS4 controller, and there's a stop in here that keeps this mechanism from crushing the PS4 controller. It's very quick. Boom, 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 boom. Also, there are additionally different spring locations in here, both ends to set the kind of spring that you want. When you ride for about an hour, you need a soft spring, otherwise it wears your hand out.
What are the black straps for?
For steering dampening, the black straps are zip ties. The adjusting knobs put pressure on the straps to add a little bit of dampening to the steering. This setup minimizes stiction, and just a little dampening is best.
I see 6 springs on this unit. What is their function?
Each side has 3 springs at different locations. One spring attenuates the start of the turn. The second spring is for the middle of the turn, and the third spring is for the full turn of the handlebars. All springs combined create a mechanical forced feedback feel from left to right to center.
Is the forced feedback feel adjustable?
Yes, it is. The center, middle, and full turn springs are fully adjustable with wing nuts, etc. to suit the feedback feel that you like best for racing the TT1.
Are the bars self-centering?
Yes, they are. The springs bring them right back to center every time. Gives you that center of your motion feel.
What about the cable routing?
I took particular care to work the cables out so they don't conflict in any way when you turn the bar from left or right. You know, if the things flop around like this, it just messes with your throttle while you're racing, etc., etc. I ran a piece of automotive hosing through the frame to help stabilize these guys here where there's just no shake whatsoever.
Is the knee grip setup adjustable?
Yes, it is. Several inches this way and a little bit up and down. The knee grippers are construction knee pads. The pads Velcro on the gripper assembly, as you can see right here. The gripper assembly bolts to the main frame of this unit.
Is the stand removable from the Handlebars Simulator?
Yes, you can remove the whole simulator mainframe from all this stand business down here. The stand itself has foot bars on it to help stabilize it when you're giving it all you can give it. And it adjusts up and down like this, back and forth, so you can pretty much put the handlebars where you want them on this stand.
What does the bare unit look like without the grippers or the stand?
I'll do a quick walk around of it for you. Here we go. Top view. Look at that bright shiny red PS4 controller. Here's the right side, the front side, and a view of the left side. Front brake, rear brake, throttle, and steering. That's all you need. As you can see, you kind of need a stand to work this thing. It's a little bit tough.
Back to the fun part. What's your idea of a 100% fun race?
My idea of a 100% fun race using this simulator is passing 9 riders in one lap, like you see in this little video right here. Now, that's a challenge.
Paul, is this Handlebar Simulator compatible with a PlayStation or a PC?
Absolutely, it's 100% compatible with both.
Tell us about the game.
Here's a little view of the CD. On the back side here it says, Ride on the Edge. Superb gameplay. One of the most impressive motorbike simulations. Those are the comments of Mr. John McGinnis. He's a 23-time TT winner. And, you know, that's incredible. And it says it's the most challenging course in the world. I agree fully. Even on the video. It says, Ride the Champions Motorbikes. There's a whole bunch of bikes you can ride here. The official circuit faithfully reproduced. Folks, it took them years to make this thing a video. It's unbelievable. And moving on, 10 brand new circuits, career and multi-player modes. So that's what it says on the CD, and that's the branding of it there.
What are the best game settings for this simulator?
Let me start up the game here, and I'll go to the settings and show you how to set them. There we go. There's the KT racing screen. Controllers recognized. TT Isle of Man splash screen. Hit enter. Click solo tab. Click time attack. Choose Snaffle mountain course, laps or sections. Morning, noon or evening. They're all fun. Click Superbike tab, select Suitor MMX 500. This is the one, folks. It's a monster. It's the one I like to ride the most. Here we go. Go back and click on Gameplay. Click on the Riding Style tab. Choose Custom, ABS High, Traction Control High, Anti-Wheelie Medium, not High, Anti-Stoppy High, Raceline Off. Brake method split. That gives you front and back brakes on this device here. Transmission automatic. You can't beat it. You don't really need mechanical gears. This thing works best this way, I think. Click on the difficulty tab. Click on Expert. Now click on the Controllers tab. Then click on the Controller Options tab. Now click on the Controller tab. And here are the best settings. Acceleration sensitivity, 100%. Acceleration dead zone, 0. Brake sensitivity, 100%. Brake dead zone, 0. Steering sensitivity, 100%. Steering dead zone, 0. Vibration level, 0. Basically here, on all the performance items, we go 100%, get the most out of the program. And as I said, the TT1 game settings are a snout to set up for this unit. But before I go on, let's watch the end of this past 9 riders in one lap without crashing. So let's hang on. Let's go. On to the straightaway. Wide open, wide open. There we go. For 1603, no crashes, start in last place and pass all 9 riders on the first lap of a 6-lap TT race. Now, that's a pretty darn good start. Usually I wreck 3 or 4 times in a TT. And again, my best time is 97:44 in the Tourist Trophy race. Moving on. The other race on the Snaffle Mountain course is the Time Attack.
What's it like to start a game?
Let me start a 60-second clip of a Time Attack, and then after that I'll show you the very same race while riding on this simulator right here, so you can see it in action. Let's click start, and maybe I'll do a burnout and a wheelie. Now, here's the same race using the Handlebar Simulator. Let me hit start. There we go. let's skip to the end of the race here. $15.42, no crashes.
How often do you crash?
Oh, about 8 out of 10 times I race.
How can a viewer see this whole race?
Stay tuned, and I'll try to put it on YouTube here shortly.
How did you build this handlebar simulator?
Keep your eye out for an assembly video on YouTube, and I'll show you how to put one together.
Terrific. Paul, what else would you like to tell our viewers?
Well, thank you for watching this do-it-yourself video of the McMillan Handlebar Simulator for racing the TT Isle of Man #1. And give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. And stay tuned for more info on the McMillan Handlebar Simulator. Here's a link to my website, www.paulmcmillan.com/handlebars.